Morris Home has made a difference in my life. They have shown me the true value of living.
There's multiple things that Morris Home have made different in my life. First and foremost, it's helped me identify with my mental health.
We need places like Morris Home because they are safe spaces for the trans community.
RHD Morris Home is an inpatient drug and alcohol treatment program specifically for the transgender and gender non-conforming community. We're actually the only program of that type in this country. We know that the individuals that are coming through our program, because of who they are, have disproportionately experienced violence, really serious traumas, harassment, higher rates of incarceration, higher rates of homelessness, just really a lot of messages that they don't matter, that their lives don't matter. And so what we're really trying to do is create a place where people can be seen as their authentic selves, as who they are, and sort of start to heal from some of the things they've experienced earlier in life. I think that's really important to our mission, to be really trauma-informed and ask the question, not what's wrong with you, but what happened to you. RHD Morris Home feels like a family where people know that they matter, that they're loved and supported by the staff who works here, but also by each other, that folks have a chance to be in community with other trans folks and really incorporate that sort of peer support into their healing. The members who come into our program are survivors, and I am so grateful every day that I get to witness their resilience, the way that people are able to learn and grow from the traumatic experiences that they've had earlier in their lives. I feel so fortunate that the staff here get to be a part of people's journey that way.
Before the Morris Home, I actually was homeless on the streets, trying my best way to survive out in the streets in the trans community. Most trans women have to use sex work to survive. So yeah, I definitely was out in the streets prior to the Morris Home, using heavy drugs, not really taking care of myself, no self-pride, no self-care, and I gained that being at the Morris Home. I lost my mother. I've lost houses, I've lost my mind, actually, and being at the Morris Home, I gained it all back, knowing that not to give up. You know, and most trans people, they want to give up and they want to run to drugs and run to a friend, and instead of that, I ran for help for myself, and the Morris Home definitely helped me with that. Any trans person will benefit from coming to RHD Morris Home. It's a family environment, you feel loved. It's needed inside the trans community. I love the Morris Home, and it's definitely a great place for any transgender that would like to come and join our RHD Home.
My life before Morris Home was very chaotic, and I was doing drugs like no other. And I remember that I just left the Presbyterian Hospital. And when I left the Presbyterian Hospital, I said, let me go down Woodland Avenue. That Monday, I was told to be here by 10 o'clock. I was at the door by 9:56. Because I was going to walk here from Frankfurt if I had to. That's how serious I was with my recovery and just getting myself back together, because I knew that person that when I came to Morris Home that year, that was not the real me. The difference Morris Home has made in my life compared to the other places that I was at, Morris Home was different. This whole establishment was. And the reason why I wanted to come back to Morris Home, because I knew this time, if I complete Morris Home, I will succeed in life the way I need to. To me, I think more places should be ran like this, because you get that undivided attention that you need. I mean, every place gonna have its problem, but I really didn't see no problems here. I thought it was just a great place, and I mean, if I could, I would live here forever, but I can't, because then that won't help me grow. We need places like Morris Home because they are safe spaces for the trans community. It gave you a structure in your life, so you can have a structure. It shows you how to do it. And a lot of things, like I said, and I will say this again, a lot of things I was doing in here, I'm now doing out there. And it's helping me grow into this day more and more so. Yes, I fell, but I got back up again. And that's why they need to have programs like the Morris Home.
I was suffering from addiction, and I didn't know where to go. I need the help, and I want to be welcomed, and I want to be comfortable, and I want to be at home with my fellow peers and my community. It's really important for a program like Morris Home to exist, because you have those out there that are struggling with identity crisis and drug and alcohol and maybe even shelter or not being accepted at certain places. It's really, really important for a program like Morris House because we need places like this for us to be safe and to feel safe and to be united as one and to be welcomed again as who we are. For me, Morris Home has made a difference in my life. They have shown me the true value of living for something greater. Before Morris Home, I didn't know what I was going to be doing with my life. I didn't know what I was doing with my life. All I knew was drugs and partying and alcohol, and Morris Home helped me to grow in ways that I couldn't imagine myself growing, and they have opened doors for me. They showed me the way, and I walked through doors on my own. And that's one thing I can say about Morris Home. They do guide you in the right direction and help you get to where you want to be and show you that you can be anything that you want to be.
I came to Morris Home from incarceration. Before incarceration, I was out for about 2 years of inconsistent drug abuse, lost, homeless, confused, untreated medically, mentally. If I wasn't here, there's no confusing that I would still be out there lost. They hold such a sweet and special place in my heart. I don't know what I would do. If I had to guess, if I suspect, I'll still be lost, if not dead. Coming to Morris Home, I've been afforded the opportunity to get my mental health under control, get my substance abuse under control. I'm employable, I'm hopeful, I'm excited about life. I look forward to going back to school, being of service. They've instilled having goodwill, doing things for the right reason, all the time. So I understand the importance of pouring into other people because I received it right on this end. And so because of this place, it allowed me to be able to take the chance on getting help. I could come in, I could be myself, and I could identify the true problems, the things that was making life hard for me to get through. There's multiple things that Morris Home have made different in my life. First and foremost, it's helped me identify with my mental health. It's also given me the opportunity to seek support as far as supporting me in my recovery. So with all of the professional things, medically things that's needed, they also provide something a little bit more intimate. They give me the home family touch. It's a family touch. I know that somebody cares. They encourage me, they guide me. Nothing less than a blessing or a miracle. That's what Morris Home has done for me.
Morris Home is such an important program because we're truly creating the standards of care, figuring out what the best practices are for providing trans-affirming drug and alcohol treatment programs. We are the only folks doing this, and we like to go out into the community and work with other organizations to see how they can provide trans-affirming services as well, in the hopes that one day there'll be a lot more trans-friendly, trans-affirming service providers. But for now, we're here and we're doing the work, and we could really use your support so that we can continue to help more people.